Morning, folks. I'm having some trouble. My people having some trouble in Liberia at the studio. Just bear with us, please. Electricity. They're switching to the generator. Yeah, so that's why. But we're gonna be on, eh? So just be patient a little. Good morning to you. Welcome. Ah, so just bear with us, eh, folks. We beg you. We are sorry.
a girl a wine in a time. I move around like she don't have no spine. The next thing, though she find, she have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so fast. Weed in a split, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on a level right now. I match to the bass and the treble right now. Wine to the real, them a crown. Bedroom pulling up and I pop down. Fast, fast, slow, slow. Any way you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down.
Global Impact Ministries International USA invites you to its 7th year anniversary celebration, and the theme is Kingdom Building. The guest speakers will be Apostle Dio Brown, Bishop Walter L. Jones, Bishop D. Lamar Weish, and Bishop Bobby Scales. The revival will be August 8th through 12th at 7 p.m. The Thanksgiving service will be August 14th at 2:30 to 6 p.m. at 801 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, PA. The anniversary dinner will be August 13th at the Clarion Hotel, Philadelphia International Airport. Please join us during this divine time and be blessed. For more info, please contact 612-702-2418 or 215-594-9103.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that Sendwave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download Sendwave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. Sendwave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Today is August the 1st, 2022. The time in Monrovia is 7:32. 10:32. The time in the U.S. on the East Coast is 6:32. Good morning to all of you, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Baka.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. The 8th month, the first day, 2022, like you said. So it's a brand new month, And it's August. We are good to be here with you this morning.
We certainly are. Um, so how was your weekend, man?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was okay. Just been following from Bon County, the update from the UP convention, how it went, and other issues making rounds in the country. So uh, up to now, we haven't get any report yet or any update from the Liberian National Police. Tomorrow makes it exactly 1 week. There haven't been any arrests made yet by the Liberian National Police, even though the perpetrators are seen vividly on camera. So that's one of the things that is raising eyebrow in our country, that up to now, no information from the police, no arrest done by the Liberian National Police, but they were able to invite people to the Liberian National Police for questioning and then allow them to go scot-free.
Yeah. So we're definitely watching to see what happens. As you said, Wakine, because they they have all the evidence they need to move. You know, Wakine, can you guys confirm whether we're being relayed on the radio station?
Yep, I'll give you update.
That shouldn't be hard to know, guys. Every morning you should be able to tell me so we can inform the people.
They
So
were on, but later just went off. So that's why I said I will give you update, because Teve is in touch with them right now. So as soon as he
okay,
update me, I will let you know.
all right, fine. So but more importantly, Christopher Civilly is they were planning to take him out of the country. I don't know whether he has left the country. I cannot confirm that because I don't know that for a fact. We're talking about the young man, the victim of the brutal attack. So we don't know, we don't know yet, but we'll try to find out today. Let's try to find out today this issue with Chris, and then we'll definitely be informing you.
Yeah, I texted the president, the Mohammed. I texted him in the morning to see if we can get some information from him, but they haven't been.
Not Mohammed, Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Chairman of SUP, Mustafa.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't. I was keep in touch with him as the program goes on.
Good. What did I want to say? I want to say a lot of things, but so the NBA legend. For those of you who follow the game of basketball, you would know who Bill Russell is. He died yesterday at 80 years old. Bill Russell played for most of his career for the Boston Celtics. He won 11 championships, 8 of which he won in straight 8 consecutive years, back to back, year after year. And he died yesterday at 88 years of age, very peacefully. But there is something about Bill Russell that I stumbled on yesterday. By the way, he's one of the greatest NBA players of all time. He's the greatest NBA champion of all time. 11 championship rings. Imagine that. In the period of 13 years, 8 of which he won in 8 straight years, back to back. Bill Russell was part of a program, a team, the State Department in 1959 sent a team of athletes to Africa to tour the continent. And Bill Russell was one of those great athletes that was on that delegation touring the continent. And then when they arrived in Liberia, this is 1959, when William V. Tubman was president. When they arrived in Liberia, Bill Russell fell in love with the country. And he fell in love with the country, and he ended up purchasing land or acquiring some land in Salala. Bill Russell got the land, and he planted rubber. He had a rubber farm in Liberia. When I read the thing yesterday, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Bill Russell had a rubber farm in Liberia, in Salala, just before the 1980 coup. As if he knew the coup was coming and didn't want to be bothered with the country after the coup. Bill Russell sold his rubber farm in 1980, just before the coup. Yes. Yeah. So, Liberia has a lot of history and a lot of interesting historical facts that we could tap into, exploit. We had this NBA legend, Boakai, who was, up and around for 88 years. He had a rubber farm in Salala, Liberia, and he sold it in 1980, just before the 1980 coup. So that's an important piece of history involving NBA legend Bill Russell that I thought you should all know about. So good morning to you all. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome, and we're very glad to be here. Interesting piece of history, is it not? Now, I got a call from some folks about the situation with the prison. Okay, but we'll talk about that, about the not necessarily the prison, but as is customary, every year, every Independence Day and Christmas, I think, the president of the republic, um, the president of the republic, uh, the president of the republic issues a number of pardons or executive clemencies, and a lot of people are set free from prison. So this year, consistent with that tradition, 500 and 500 something names were submitted to George Weah, and out of the 500 names, the 500 plus names, he approved 223 names. So 223 were supposed to be pardoned this year. But folks who work at the prison, some of them have gotten in touch with me, and they got in touch with me over the weekend to say, hey, Costa, contrary to what the president approved, most of the detainees, most of these people, these inmates, have not been free or set free or released from prison. I don't know why, but they gave me the information. So we're gonna just run through that quickly and then move on to other things here. But this is important. And they tell me that there are only 12 counties in Liberia have prisons. The other 3 counties do not have prisons. I didn't know this, okay? I thought all the counties had prisons. I learned this over the weekend. We live, we learn every day. So 12 counties have prisons, and they said of the 223 inmates total that were proved to be released based on the presidential clemency, only, well, less than that have been released. So 71 persons, mostly detainees, 71 inmates, mostly detainees, have been released under this executive July 26 executive pardon or clemency. 71 inmates from the Monrovia Central Prison, MCC, from the National Palace of Corrections in Grand Jide, 5 inmates were released. For Kataha, that's in Kakata Magibi County, 4 inmates were released. From the Bon County Prison in Banga, 13 inmates were released. Sino County, 1. Rivergy County, 12. Grand Bassa County, 1 inmate. Nimba County, 11 inmates. Lofa County, 6 prisoners. Bapolu, 4 inmates were released. Bomi, 3. Cape Mount, 2. So their concern is, Henry Costa, the president said 223 inmates were approved nationwide to be granted executive clemency, to be released. Why is it that way less than that number have been released? Well, I don't know. Who's responsible for releasing these inmates, processing them and releasing them? I don't know. I think somebody said they probably want money from the prisoners before they release them. I don't know. But these inmates have not been released, Wagai. They were granted pardons, executive clemency by the president, 223 of them, but so far only about 120 or 130 have been released. So they wanted me to talk about it. These gentlemen that called me, and I said, yes, it's important. I will talk about it because that's why we're here, right? We talk about issues that matter. And this matters to some people, and so is worthy of discussion. But we'll leave it for now, and we will circle back to it later on. Now, folks, now. So I saw in the news, Pwagai, that the ANC wrote a letter to the PLP of Daniel Cassell, a letter inviting the PLP of Cassell to join ranks with them in the CPP. Have you seen that letter, Walker?
Yeah.
Or have you heard of that political engagement between the two parties? So, in response to that request to join ranks with them, I saw the response from the PLP. The PLP has agreed to join the ANC. But the point is that I'm saying to myself, and I'm not going to criticize this because I told you I want absolute peace in the opposition. But I have a piece of concern. If the ANC wants the PLP to join them in their collaboration, the PLP's founder, a political leader, is currently standing trial for criminal activity in the United States of America, of all countries, when a case is brought against you in this country, Bwakai, it's not based on witch hunt or political mileage or anything of the sort, right? So you can't say, oh, the people lie on me. So shouldn't the ANC wait until Cassell's troubles are over, his legal troubles are over, before you invite them to join with you in a political arrangement? Bwakai?
Yeah, that should have been a way, but I think
I mean, what's
want to
the
join the
rush? Cassell is in court. He can't even travel to Liberia. I don't know. I don't know. You know, who's advising Mr. Cummings? Because you're not advising him wisely. Cassell is standing trial for criminal activity in the greatest country with one of the best judicial systems in the world. And that's when you invite him to join you in a political marriage? And Cassell people agree. Why do you think they hastily agree? Because they are drowning, Bwaga. They need some sort of political resuscitation. They are drowning. Cassell, when the U.S. government goes after you, my man, they will get you. They don't come after you and take you to court if they don't have evidence. They don't come after you if they don't have evidence. The Americans did not lie on Cassell. They took years and years and investigated Cassell. Cassell can't travel. Guy. Cassell is prohibited from traveling. He's prohibited from traveling. He can only drive across the U.S. or move across the U.S. He can't do international travel. They seize his passport. So I'm thinking it doesn't look good, you know, for Alex Cummings. So those of you who are advising Mr. Cummings, I think you dropped the ball on this one, because the PLP's political leader is in court fighting for his own name and his own reputation. And it does not look good that you are inviting him to join a political union when he is facing a criminal lawsuit. He is not in court for child support. He is not in court for some kind of civil dispute. He's in court for allegedly duping the United States government of millions and millions of dollars. So if it were other people who had done it, you all would be making noise about this. But this is not good because Alex Cummings, you all project this thing about him as a man of integrity. And I'm talking about it. And if Unity Party had done the same thing, I would be talking about this. Just so you know. If the Unity Party people had invited Cassell to join them in an arrangement when Cassell is facing criminal charges in the United States of America, I would be saying the same thing, Boakai. If Joseph Boakai invited Daniel Cassell to join him in a political marriage while Cassell is still facing criminal charges in the United States, I would be talking about this. It doesn't look good. It does not look good, Boakai. This man is not being tried in North Korea or Russia, one of those countries where they don't respect human rights. He has been prosecuted in a country that made him a multi-millionaire. This is a country that has done so much for Cassell. This is not a country that has witch hunted Cassell. This is not a country that hates Cassell. Cassell himself explained his story to you. He came to this country as an illegal immigrant. He didn't have papers. And he stayed in this country. He turned his life around. He started a business and he became a rich person. And then what? So you think this country hates him? It doesn't hate him. And this country, the same country that made him rich, the same system that made him rich, he tried to, he didn't try to, he stole from the system. Okay? He stole millions from the system. The millions the system gave him, it was not enough for him. He's greedy. The same problem we have with Liberian government officials. He decided to steal from the system. And so what do you do? The same Cassell that the American system made rich is the same Cassell that the American system is prosecuting because he's greedy and he's trying to steal from the system. And so, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not attacking the ANC folks, but I'm saying whoever advised Alex Cummings to engage with Cassell politically now, you give Mr. Cummings a very bad advice. A very bad advice. I think you should have waited until Cassell's legal troubles are over before you decided to engage him politically. But first of all, Cassell party is dead in the country. When last you heard of his party?
Yeah, but now the argument the ANC folks are pushing is that Cassell is not only PLP. PLP have
political parties are based on political parties is all about the leader, man. Okay, so that the argument makes absolutely no sense. Again, I'm saying this is no attack on the ANC, but I'm just telling you that this is a bad move. It's a bad political move for a man, Alex Cummings, who touts and projects this image as being a man of integrity. You don't go into a political arrangement with a man who is standing trial in the United States for duping the American government of millions of dollars. You don't do that. Even the Americans are not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. Who enters a political marriage with somebody who is standing court for criminal charges? Huh? Who does that? It makes no sense at all. Absolutely no.
But when a man can be teaming up with Musa Berete, then what you think about?
Nah. This is just bad. This is just bad. You know, it's bad. You gotta stop. You gotta leave. Stop giving Cummings bad advice. This is just bad. We're gonna talk about the Deputy Speaker of Fonati Kofa, Jonathan Fonati Kofa, Deputy Speaker of the House. He spoke a few days ago on a local radio, and he said he's optimistic that the ArcelorMittal deal will go through. I'm saying to myself, where does Fonati get his optimism from? Because from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like this government is keen on renewing the ArcelorMittal deal. It does not. No, I mean, not even renewing, extending the new deal. It does not. And the government has already written the legislature. Have they not passed the budget? The budget was passed. The budget has already been passed.
Yeah.
And in the new budget, the recast budget, not new budget, but the recast budget, the lawmakers proceeded to do exactly what the executive wanted. You know, disregard the $25 million that we expected to collect or receive from ArcelorMittal in signature bonus or contribution to the budget from direct proceeds from the extension of their contract or the MDL, the Third Amendment of the ArcelorMittal agreement, disregard that $25 million and and replace it with the $30 million that we're receiving from HPX. So that's already happened. So now my point is, where does Fonati Kofa get his optimism from? That the legislature, that the government will move to ratify the deal. I am surprised. And a man as politically important and situated as he is, to be making such a claim, on one hand, you don't want to dismiss it, but on the other hand, it is outlandish and ludicrous at best, because I don't seem to see any any pro ArcelorMittal sentiment in the government, not in the executive, certainly not in the legislature. So where are they going to come from to go ahead to consummate the ArcelorMittal deal? I don't see it happening at all. I don't see it. In fact, some local dailies are carrying the story that ArcelorMittal is about to be stripped of its exclusive control of the rail that they invested hundreds of millions of dollars to rebuild. I don't know how they're going to do that, because any attempt to do that, ArcelorMittal is going to take us to court. And they're not taking us to a court in Liberia where the government can manipulate. They're going to take us to a court in London, a court of arbitration in London. And more than likely, ArcelorMittal will win us in London. So we need to proceed very cautiously, because any attempt to try to take the rail from ArcelorMittal, it would result in legal trouble that Liberia is going to have to hire lawyers in the UK to represent us. And these lawyers don't come cheap. They're very expensive. It's going to cost a lot of money. And it's going to cast a very bad, shadow over the country. People are going to be having more reasons to have second thoughts to come to Liberia to do business. So it's just a messy thing. All that it says is that you can't be doing the Babati businesses. You don't take money from the other person, and then you go take money from the other person. If you want to do business with John Brown, do business with John Brown. You want to do business with Paul, do business with Paul. But you can't be doing business with John Brown and Paul for the same asset or the same resource. You can't. You can't do that. That's not how a government should operate. But unfortunately, that's how this government operates, which is very unfortunate, Baka. Unfortunate indeed. Yep. Now, folks, over the weekend, in fact, on Friday, right after the show we had the other day, where we interviewed some family members and the manager of the late Moses Suaree, right? Now we have to address this issue. Some of you may have listened to that show. There were other family members, siblings actually. I'm told they are, much closer family members who attempted calling. One of them called the brother, Winston Suaree. He said his name is. They tried to fuss, and I said we're not going to facilitate that. That's sort of going back and forth and fussing on the show. And then a sister of Moses Suaree called me. And then I got a call from some members of the union that Moses Suaree was a member of. This is a union of musicians. And they called me and they said that they want to come on the show. So I said, well, fine, you want to come on the show? We will not deny you. The only thing we were trying to avoid that day or this morning, this is when I was speaking to her on Friday, and I was saying to her, the only thing we try to avoid was having a Jerry Springer version of the show, where two people are fussing, two sides are fussing when this man is dead. So she said, yes, I understand where you come from, Costa. But thanks, we will take you up on the offer. I think they should come on tomorrow, Baka. So we're going to have some friends of the late Moses Suaree. In fact, they're colleagues. And some of the other family members, if they want to come on, if they want to join them, fine, they can join them. You know, they have issues. Somebody sent me a video last night. I didn't watch the entire thing, I was busy, where I think a sister of Moses Suaree had a press conference, or she had an interview actually, and she made a number of claims which I have no power or no right to condemn or to just simply accept. But that's she's the sister. She said some things. I didn't watch the entire thing, as I said. I just watched a little bit of it, maybe 30 seconds of it. But that's what it is. So people are not happy. Some of the family members back home in Liberia, they are very displeased and they want to be heard. But what we were not going to do that day is that we were not going to provide a platform where people would be fussing among themselves. And we didn't want that. So that's why we didn't bring other people on while they were on. So going forward, on Tuesday, perhaps tomorrow, when we have the other people on, and we can bring the other people so they can tell us what they want to see. Yeah. Well, including the mother. There you go. Gary McCall. Cousin Gary says that it was a mother as well in Liberia. They had a press conference. You see? So, Wagai, we should let them be heard. As I said, they reached out to me on Friday. They wanted to come on, but I wasn't about to be a referee. I'm a talk show host, not a referee. You know, trying to hold people back from fussing and cussing one another on the public platform. Where we're not going to do that. But if they want to come on, we'll let them come on, and they will say what they're unhappy about, because they say they're not happy. In fact, do you know, Bwakai, that they have requested an autopsy to be done on the body of the late Moses Suaree? The family, some of the family members, yes, yes. I also heard that somebody else told me that Moses Suaree had life insurance. So they say he had a pretty good life insurance policy. I didn't know that, and so they're saying to me, hey, the other people shouldn't be raising money because he had a life insurance. Well, I didn't know that. So we raised money because they asked us.
The family also here talking about getting a visa to go for the funeral of the late Moses Suaree. Those are some of the things that they.
Oh no, I mean the U.S. Embassy normally they're very compassionate visa. I think that's what they call it. They would, especially the mother. The mother. I know of many cases where there was a young man here who passed away in a very, very horrific fashion in Philadelphia. He died in the house. The house burned, and he died in his apartment. They say he was probably sleeping or something. He couldn't wake up. His friends left, and they left him in the building, and he died. His mother, a fine young man. His mother was given a visa. The U.S. Embassy, they gave her a visa. It was during the COVID time. I believe it was 2020, and she got a visa 2020 or 2021. She got a visa. She came to the States for her son's funeral. So yeah, more than likely, Moses Suaree's mother is going to be granted a U.S. visa to travel to the U.S. for the funeral, because it's a very deeply disturbing thing, and of course the embassy people should know Moses Suaree, and what an important, a prominent Liberian figure he was. So they might give his mother a visa to come to the States. Oftentimes they do it for the parents or the children.
Yeah, the spokesperson of SOUP just called me this morning, and let me see if we can have him so we can get an update, and also represent the Yeke Koluba to also call me. He want to chip in, but let's take the spokesperson this morning. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
How you doing, brother? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to say good morning to Heron Pedro Costa, and good morning to the Liberian people, both in the Republic and in the diaspora. This is Mohammed Shabazz Jallo, the chairman of the Bureau of Propaganda, Research and Guardians of the Student Unification Party.
Okay, so with the case about some students on the issue that occur on July 26th. We're not just limiting it to Christopher. How far? How are the conditions now?
Well, the Student Unification Party is making significant strides in ensuring that the comrades who got wounded by regime stooges and thugs that were released on the instruction of the thug leader of the Monrovia, ensuring that the comrades are covering and healing very properly. So right now, the other comrades that got injured, excluding Waters, they are responding to medication and healing. But Comrade Waters' condition and situation is still very severely critical. And the veteran community of the Student Unification Party and some very humanitarian Liberians, through the help of one of the veterans of the Student Unification Party, in person of veteran Secretary General Emeritus, Standard Baron Emeritus, Propaganda Chair Emeritus, Martin King Foley, are organizing very well in ensuring that Comrade Waters gets a very wonderful and significant medication, and he recovers soon and return at the barracks.
Okay, so this information. Hello. Yeah, there's information been out that he has been flown out of the country. We stand to be corrected, but is he still in the country or he's not out of the country?
Waters has been flown out of the country, and his current location cannot be disclosed due to security reasons. But what we can say and maintain that his condition is still critical.
Okay, so like you said, others are responding to treatment, but for him, he was flown out of the country, and his condition is still critical.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask him a question, Baka. Was the decision to fly him out of the country based on doctor's advice, or was it just something that they felt that was necessary?
You got Costa. Costa is asking, was the decision to take him out of the country based on doctor advice, or you guys just decided to take him out of the country?
Well, it was based on proper medical advice and also due to the political nature and how we have discovered that the regime has launched a hunt search for him. So because of that, we decided to take him out of the country and ensure that he receives proper medication.
Yeah, my last question to you. You guys were invited by the Liberian National Police, but you guys, according to them, you failed to turn out. Was there anything behind that?
Well, the Student Unification Party wants to say this very clear, that you cannot sit on the table with perpetrators that were seen very, clear in a videotape, beating mercilessly one of the militants that is currently in a very critical situation. Hooligans that were seen very clear, executing instructions of one of their bosses and one of their masters. People that were seen evidently clear on videotape, perpetrating heinous crime against citizens. The Student Unification Party cannot sit on a round table conversation to subject themselves to any investigation.
Wait. Was it a round table? Ask him that, Baka.
Was it a round table?
Or was it for you to file a complaint?
We did not file a complaint.
Why?
Student Unification Party.
Ask him why they have not filed a complaint. Just for the record,
just for the record, why up to now you guys haven't been able to file a complaint? Because you guys need record.
You need a record.
Unless the police want to justify one of the counts of the Unification Party, and as an institution, we believe they have adequately justified that the security sector is in slumber, the security sector is not vigilant, the security sector has condemned the Liberian people to insecurity and material.
File a complaint.
The police are supposed to
Don't you think filing a complaint will be the best thing so you guys can have it on record that you did XYZ when the incident
Have it on
occurred?
record.
That is still a conversation that the Student Unification Party is having back current. The party is intensely focusing on the recovery process of injured militants.
You can do both.
Militants.
You can do both. You can to file a complaint.
I think you guys. Our advice is that I think you guys need to file a complaint and have it on record, because this case may likely just go as we expect, because we don't expect anything to come from it. But once it's
listen, I'm not saying, look, record is important. File a complaint, because they are claiming the reason they haven't acted is because you did not file a complaint. So put them on the spot. Did you not hear Moses Carter say that?
Yeah, we heard Moses. Okay, so we'll take leave of you. Any final message so we can take leave of you quickly, bro?
Well, I want to say that filing a complaint, the possibility of filing a complaint, is a conversation that the leadership of the party is still having. I want to say that the struggle of the Student Unification Party continues. On yesterday, the party had a very critical Central Committee and Politburo meeting, and a decision was sanctioned that on August 24th, the struggle continues. The party are currently mobilizing the people in the trenches. The party are still mobilizing the students from the different corners of the Republic in ensuring that the face of the country struggle continues. Because this is about ensuring that the health sector work at the service of the Liberian people. Okay. This is about ensuring that the education sector work at the service of the Liberian people. This is about ensuring that the agricultural sector work at the service of the Liberian people. This is about ensuring that the security sector work at the service of the Liberian people.
Okay.
So we are not intimidated. We are not false. We are not deterred. The struggle continues. What our current July 26 was just, motivational impetus that militants and stars of the Student Unification Party got. We understand very well that in the struggle there are consequences. And intimidating the Student Unification Party cannot be an option. For 51 years, we have battled tyranny, we have battled oligarchical governance, we have battled paramilitary democratic tendencies.
Okay.
And we want to say that the Student Unification Party remain focused, to remain unbending in the struggle.
Thank you so much, my brother, for taking our call and putting your 1 or 2 point in.
Now,
like I said.
Now let me say something. You see, the normal thing to do, whether you believe they will take action or not, is to file a complaint, is to put them on record. The way they are proceeding is wrong. File a complaint. You can say, look, listen, whether you believe the state will act or not, put them on record. Put them on record. So you can walk away from there with a copy of that complaint and say, on this day, we file an official complaint. You see why the police got up and said something? All that big book, your suit people know. You're supposed to know that one day. Who's advising you? Don't file a complaint. It's all over the world. That's what people do. Whether you know they will not act or not, you must file a complaint and get your copy and walk away with it. That is the way people do it all around the world. They're going to say, when I file no complaint. Now you got the police people saying the reason they're not acting is because nobody has come forward to complain that they were injured. All they are seeing it. They are seeing it. The police, they know that they were injured, that people were severely brutalized. But you know what a law can do? There's a maxim in the law. The law cannot do for you what you must do for yourself. What you must do for yourself is to come and say, I have a case. When somebody wrongs you, what do you do, Baga? Where do you go?
You go to the police.
And what do you do when you go to the police?
You file a complaint.
They give you a sheet of paper and a pen. And you sit down.
Yeah, but
and you write your complaint. You don't say, oh, we're not filing no complaint. We're not doing nothing. And because they will not act. No, you don't.
But Costa, with the glaring evidences
yes,
all on social media.
All know the evidence is glaring. You don't understand. You are not getting this thing. You must file a complaint. Anytime somebody does something to you, Buckeye, don't say that and say, oh, but any government know, the government know. Go and file a complaint. That's the way it happens all over the world, Buckeye. Now you may go ahead and make your point. Glaring evidence. The complaint is not just to report a case that the whole country already knows about. The complaint is to put them on record for evidence for tomorrow, for historical reference. You keep a copy of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So my point now is that if this was done by an opposition group, will we be to where we are today? Would the Liberian National Police just sit mute and say, oh, we're waiting for a complaint to be filed by party X before taking action? It wouldn't have been like that. No, it wouldn't have been like that. I'm not saying the supers are in opposition. No, they are student-based movement. But if this was done by people from the Unity Party or people within the COP, people within the other ANC, other political party, the Liberian National Police were going to take action and even go after those that did what the children did. But now, with a glaring facts and glaring evidences all parading on social media, then the Liberian National Police trying to tell us that they can take action up until somebody file in complaint with all of these things that we are seeing on social media. It couldn't have been like this.
What are they saying? They are saying to you that the reason they haven't arrested anybody is because you haven't filed a complaint. So what should you do? Answer me now, Boga. The government has said publicly the reason we have not arrested anybody because there's no complainant. What should you do?
You file a complaint.
Then when you file a complaint, what do you do now?
Then you say they wait and see if they will take action.
Exactly. They are telling you you have not filed a complaint. Let me tell you something. Do you know that when there's no complainant, there's no case? We all know what they did to this boy. We all have seen the evidence, but they are saying there is no complaint. Like, have you heard the saying, press charges? You must press charges. Do you know? No. Do you know once you and somebody fight, or you and somebody make fuss, or you feel bad about what somebody did to you, and you don't come forward to press charges, you know the police can act by law?
Mm-hmm.
You must press charges. That's what they call it in criminal justice. Press charges against the person so that the authorities can act. We know in this case the authorities do not want to act. We know that they are protecting those CDC boys. We know that very, 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 very well. But at the same time, to embarrass the government, to put the government on the spot, what do? You file a complaint against the perpetrators. You name the perpetrators. Aha! Joseph Cummings Jr., thank you. The issue of Will Smith and Chris Rock. When Chris Rock slapped when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, people thought the police were going to arrest Will Smith. But you know what? Chris Rock did not press charges. The whole world saw it. The whole world saw Will Smith walk up on the stage and slap Chris Rock. Yet, because Chris Rock did not press charges against Will Smith, the police never arrested Will Smith. So my thing is, they're lying that the reason they haven't acted is because they never filed a complaint. They're lying. The real reason why they haven't acted is because They are protecting these boys because they are seditions. But then what do? You file a complaint. You press criminal charges against the perpetrators, against the attackers. And then it gets to a point where it is embarrassing.
Okay, so
that's what you do, Bagai.
I want to come in because
Sure.
I want to come in. Okay, so we know all over the world, an individual can go about having a single person protest, right? And if it was in the case, like for instance, I go to host a protest at the American embassy and people come to attack me, later on something happen, like a death occur, where the police said, even though it is on camera, where the police say, oh, Bwaka need to get up, the dead body need to get up and come and file complaint before we can take action, because now Christopher is sick and lying at the hospital. So they expect him to get up from his sick bed and say, oh, this is what we want you to do first.
Listen,
come and file.
Let's not waste our time talking about this issue. I don't want people to think that we're taking away from the real issue. The real issue here, and the more important issue here, is Christopher Civilly is sick. He is suffering, and he's out of the country from the beating that they gave him. That is the real issue. The real issue, the other component of the real issue, is that the state is yet to act. The state is yet to act. The state is yet to arrest anybody for what they did to Christopher Civilly. That is the real issue. That is the issue that matters. So the issue of filing a complaint is important for the record, but it is not the real issue. And I don't want us to distract from the real issue. Christopher Civilly has been taken out of the country, and the reason is because he was brutally attacked by seditions who acted on the orders of Jefferson Tambakoji. They are still out and about, free. Nobody has bothered them. That is a real issue. The state does not want to act. The state is hoping that this thing dies. Is hoping that this thing dies like every other thing, and that people move on and nobody talks about it anymore. That is what the state wants. That is what the state wants. That is what the state wants. But trust me, I consult with lawyers all the time. The COP got lawyers. If we had consulted with our lawyers, if we were the ones, the COP lawyers would have told us, or they would have gone to the court with us, or to the police headquarters to file an official complaint and get a copy of that complaint for our records. For our records. That's what would have happened. But that is a real issue. The real issue is this young man who was not ill, this young man who had no medical issues, as far as we're concerned, went to a peaceful assembly, got brutalized by thugs and criminals, unleashed by elements in the government, and is today struggling for his life. Injuries were sustained. I presume most of the injuries Christopher Civilly sustained were internal injuries. You know, internal bruising, internal bleeding, and all that kind of stuff. So Christopher is out of the country. And that is the real issue. He is in pains. He is fighting for his life. We want to thank all the people who have contributed to the fundraiser that is going on. That Martin Colley and Howard Mesga, the one they are doing. The COP came in. We were first. We gave $300 to help to pay the initial medical bill. And so that money that they're raising can definitely help. But yes, that is the issue. If you're in Liberia and you're looking to buy a vehicle, brand new vehicle, and you can look up Sika Motors. They are the wholesale distributor of Toyota vehicles in Liberia. And Sika Motors has a fleet of Toyota vehicles, SUVs, sedans, and they also sell Hino trucks and other heavy equipment, earth-moving equipment. They offer different kinds of options, financing options, You if you once you qualify, you have a chance of driving away with a brand new vehicle once your bank approves. And yeah, yeah. So they also provide financing through a number of selected banks. You can go to Sika Motors. You can drive away in a sedan or an SUV, and for with monthly payments as low as $500 a month. Yes, they provide that financing. I know some of you are wondering, oh, do they do that in Liberia too? Well, I know Sikamoto does that. So you can walk away with a brand new vehicle or drive away with a brand new vehicle. In a so I'm reminded of a story that Franco Galizia told me. We lived together way back in Broadville. He said at La Curie Mission back in the day when the boarding school was operating Bogai, they had this guy. Um, they had this guy. He was a singer, but he was a student at the school, right? What was his name? I know Karaka Donkey or something. I think his name was, I think, Karaka Donkey. Who are the old timers, man? Who are the old timers? You knew all the guys who used to sing back in the day. I think his name was Kataka Dunking or something. Karaka Dunking, something like that. So Karaka Dunking, I believe that's his name. He was a singer. He used to sing back in the day, but he had a physical disability, so he was confined to a wheelchair. Boy, every weekend, Karaka Dunking, he was a member of a band, a singing band. Where's Jeremiah Ray Parker, man? Ray Parker should know who I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, shout out to Mrs. Ray Parker, the wife of Jeremiah Ray Parker. Shout out to your darling wife, Mrs. Helena Parker. Her birthday is today. Yeah, Karaka Duncan. That's the name. I got it right, man. Yeah, Karaka Duncan. That's the guy. Oh, yes. So there's a Karaka Duncan used to be in the wheelchair, and he used to sing. So every weekend, Karaka Duncan would run away to go sing. They said the band was called what? The Moja Band. That's it. That's the band. Yeah, and they used to call it Ironside. That was his nickname, Ironside. So every weekend, Karaka Duncan and the rest of the guys, they would chile to go sing, to go perform. The man a student at La Curie Mission on the boarding school, my man. He would run away to go sing. What guy? Karaka Duncan, my man. So every Monday morning, the dean will go in the chapel, the auditorium, to read the list of all the students that ran away that weekend, that fled the campus to go sing. So every time they will go read the list, they will be calling the names of the students that ran away. So they will start with Puaga Kamara ran away, Henry Costa ran away, John Brown ran away, Karaka Dongi rolled away. For your own, they can say ran away. They can say he rolled away. Then the whole auditorium will go up in uproar. Karaka Donkey roll away. Every time Karaka Donkey will run away. But when you see the guy in the wheelchair, my man, they say the guy could sing, my man. Karaka Donkey. I never saw him, but I heard a lot of fun stories about him at La Curie. Yeah, he used to sing in Moja Band. John Brown ran away. Student Paul Peter ran away. Mary ran away. Kanaka Donkey roll away. Make a roll away. Yeah, that's the band. Moga, thank you. Yes, Moga Band, not Moja. Moga Band. Thank you, Michael Bobby Boo. That was a band, Kanaka Donkey. Yeah, they say he died now. Yeah, they say he died now. He's living in Rhode Island or someplace there. Yeah.
So the general wanted to chip in. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Let's speak with General. You can call back. The man had a press conference on Sunday.
Yes,
a little bit of
Sunday. Yeah.
So let's take him. Yeah, let's speak with General. You can call back.
Okay, I'm trying to get to him quickly. General. Okay, Let me see. Let me see if I can get back to him.
Yeah. That
Maybe
was a whole different time, like, bro.
this morning. I'm calling the general. The general had a press conference.
Yep, I saw.
General Yeke. Good morning, General.
Morning, Baka, morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yep. So Hingedi, you guys go ahead.
I saw the press conference. I saw some of your press conference yesterday. Yesterday, you were firing, my man. You want to talk to us about the central issue that you discussed yesterday in your press conference?
Costa, I listened to you briefly on the Deputy Speaker issue.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we have not received any document from what the company needs. What the company needs.
ArcelorMittal.
No, not ArcelorMittal.
No, HPF.
Okay, HPX.
HPF.
Mm-hmm.
No document from HPF have gone through the legislature. So how would the government be using those people money? Who gave them that authority? Who gave them that authority to use the people money? You know, people are just become an embarrassment in this country, Costa. Look how that boy was treated. No, all criminal cases is prosecuted by this government. So they mention that before you say you get case, the police arrest, follow the people to court.
Yep.
Let the court say there's no complainant, then the executive is all right. But until they can do that, the ambassador will give the instruction, and his instruction will carry on. I had a press conference yesterday, General Costa. We got 1,200 vests and 1,200 beret, black beret. We have decided to recruit our men to have our forces for self-defense. They're not to bring gun though. They're not to bring gun. For self-defense. And we will train them. We have started recruitment. 3 weeks from now, the treatment will start. I mean, the training will start where we will jog. We will jog from here, go to Basement Corner, the old health ministry pass through Jarata. We'll be training the first 100 men. We want to know their physical fitness. I myself will be jogging because I have to be physically fit. We will start the jogging from SKD Boulevard straight to Basement Corner, then we'll come Jarata, then we'll retire.
General, people waiting to join already?
The amount of people that come here yesterday, too much, but we're going to vet the people because we don't want people to come here our midst that the government will call and say, Mama, here's something here, forget about the people. We want people, committed people. We want people that will commit themselves to the process because this is a voluntary process. There's no money attached to it. It's to protect ourselves and protect our political leaders.
But General, you think some of the people can counter your jogging? You know, they have counter now. The people can counter anything. So when you're jogging,
no,
people can
we will protect ourselves in any way.
Let them go try. You think that soup begin?
When we're doing that, we will go with the press. If we attack, we will defend ourselves. We will not run away. Let me say this for the fact. We will not run away. We will defend ourselves. You remember one time I went to Tima radio station and I was attacked there? I stood up there and with my men and we repaired that situation.
I remember very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
They were talking rock from all over the place.
Yeah.
Thank you. We will not run away from the people. It's not possible. These people are trying to test us to see if they do something 2023 to see if we can come out. We can come out.
Yeah.
To get after our vote. But why the problem to see? We'll be doing our run up. We'll be doing our run up. We'll get from SKD Boulevard all the way to Basement Corner, the old health ministry pass through Jarata and retire. We will not be violent. Anybody attack us, we will repair the attack. We're not going to wait for the police because the police have become a party to brutalizing people. And Costa, don't say the bench should carry complaint, man. I beg you, man. The people saw the situation. They should arrest.
I know they saw it, General.
Let the blame go before the court.
Police officer before. You know how these things are done. Let them just file it to put it on the record, for the record's sake. But we all know they saw it.
No, I understand, Costa. I understand from where you talk, from where you speak. But the police arrest. Why the police say they made a person of interest?
Exactly.
Why they say they made a person of interest?
Exactly.
Police investigate. 72 hours file report to court. Let the court release the photo say there's no complainant.
You have a point there. But you see, ask the general this question. The whole nonsense about inviting the people to the police station, is this the way the police should operate? Invite people who beat somebody?
No, that's a grave situation. The police should have some people that have been seen on tape that arrested.
Okay.
You understand?
I have something just came to mind. Your bodyguard was arrested by the police. They accused your bodyguard of brutalizing a Zogo or some kind of guy in the market.
Thank you.
They never, the guy never filed a complaint. They arrested the bodyguard and went there. Tell us about that.
My bodyguard was a person of interest. So when the person of interest going on, the person of interest is selected. If for Costa, if for Yeke, if for Baka, if for other people, if for the opposition, the only thing you can say the person is a person of interest when it comes to the opposition, Costa, people will stop their thing. Let me be very frank with you. We will carry on our normal performance. We will do our physical fitness to see who are fit to be part of the brigade. When we are attacked, we will repair the attack, Costa. No, when you see the leader staying with the men can be brave. But when you see the leader run away, the men will say, we have to run away. We will be there. Because I want to be arrested. You think I don't want to be arrested? We have a president, people being brutalized. He said, when somebody calls me, and they will not go free. I broke a record. Yesterday. So I'm waiting for them to come arrest me. Who can complain? When Opo go to the police station and to complain, I will go there. I dare the justice minister or any police officer to come and say, come, we want to ask you. The tear will tell them what I told Opo was small.
So when you tell Opo anything, Opo need to go to the police station and complain like
But the man should go complain. But let me say this in general. When you are ready to assemble your men, let us know who will do the publicity. Let us know. We will be the public relations.
And that is why we'll be attired in our vests. Anybody that will not be in our vests, they're in our midst. That means you want to do your own thing. We will be attired. We will invite the press. The press will move here. If they don't have car, we'll give them car to move us to observe the process. So we can show the Liberian people, our supporters, that we are ready to protect them. But the president said, I'm posting CCTV to the houses. And he said that?
Yeah.
Also, when I protect ourselves, Waka, did I let you, yeah? Say I let you. Don't come and be part of the team so you can be faith. Because I will be teaching a martial art and all. You know my black belt holder.
I know, Baba. You know you black belt holder.
Because I love it.
My man, let me tell you something. The energy they got get, they make them drink, they make them smoke, they make them eat plenty. But the energy they got get, my man, I don't know where they got get the energy from. You got where you got all that energy from.
Gerald, let me tell you something. When you reach certain point now, you can't be afraid of death anymore. Anywhere monkey die at home. I know I will die. I just don't know when, where, and how. If you protect the left too much, you will die before your time. If you protect the left too much, you will not die before your time. So I leave it open.
General, I want to get your opinion on the issue about the LACC and the president. They new law.
Thank you. You know that law was not printed to foreign ministry. I challenge you. No, Costa, let me tell you something. I will send you a guy number. You can call him on something different. He worked with the foreign ministry. You understand? He will give you the whole detail. That whole thing was never printed. The foreign ministry was never part of it. It was done with Bonar, Magé, Tue. They carried that thing and printed it, or it was not printed to foreign ministry. I challenge them 100%.
And it is a requirement. It must be printed into handbill by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Yes. Yes, it was never done to the foreign ministry. And I will give you my soul's number. Please protect that soul. Please protect it. He worked with foreign ministry and he will give you the answer. He worked in a particular session that's supposed to bring no things.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, but General, the LACC boss is fighting corruption, and President Weah promised that you're going to fight corruption. Why this time around they are coming with such, and then coming up with such, and then allowing the present LACC boss to reapply for a position that he's already serving?
No, he said he's going to sue. The man said he's going to sue, even though he was.
Yeah, but I think the law will protect him. The law that is made now, I don't think it should affect him. Costa, we are going back on the 15th. You know what we're going back for? We're going back either for the metal speed something or the PM, what company name?
HPS.
And the people have been vetted already. That's supposed to work with the LACC. So they will be confirmed by the Senate. We're going back on the 15th, Costa. You know we have been remote control. Anything we'll bring will pass it.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going back on the 15th or before the 15th. We are going back. We on break right now. But they're calling us back to go endorse that clandestine thing they always bring to us that we don't look at.
And they're taking the money, they're taking the money long time. They just come and bring it to you.
Yeah. The point $10 million. Who gave me authority to take it? We did not give Samuel to authority to use the road for money. I got evidence in my phone from our chat room that everybody posted that this is a serious thing, and I think they're coming to bring sanction on us. Everybody posted. So I look at it, we get authority. You go back there for 119 and say, I was not part of the authority. I was not a part.
That's true.
You understand? We did not give the authority, and whatsoever they did is a 4119. I said my statement, anybody challenge me, I will leak it. I will put the chat room out to the public.
General, so let me ask you a question. You have been calling, you have drafted a communication. For a long time, you've been having that communication, asking the Speaker of Buffer Chambers to call for an audit of the legislature, particularly the House of Representatives. And he has been refusing to put your communication on the floor. Where are you with that?
He will not do it. When we go back on the 15th, my communication got to resurface.
So how long have you had that one letter? How long have you had it?
Say?
How long have you had that letter that you've been demanding that letter
more than 7 8 months. I will say you copy. More than 7 8 months.
What?
When Buffer Chima, when I speaker, he said the horse should be audited. I got that newspaper. I will send it to you. Why now we get all of the horse? You know why we get all of the horse, Costa? We have become an embarrassment. The Liberal will know how much money they are giving up our various district, and we are eating it. We're not doing nothing in our district. What we have in the budget that we can only our budget, or we can only ourselves. Just in recent time, you saw Americo and they Connect from Bunker, they wanted to fight, right?
Yeah.
You know what they wanted to fight for?
No.
There was some communication that we saw. For Americo to be investigated, it was alleged that Americo then went in our budget and stole money from there.
Wow.
Yes. And stole money from there. When one to go find us supposed to let them say, oh, I want to hustle. You want to hustle in our budget? Because the hustle just become an embarrassing place.
Wow.
What kind of problem? People would think that guy integrity have buried the integrity. I don't respect anybody that hustle anymore. So, because I don't even call somebody old man that you get gray hair will call you police. You're not older than me there.
General, you go.
That's why you let it.
General, you go on a teleke?
No, I did not. I went to the bank and took loan. The first 30K, you remember I took it? I said the money was small. I needed 100,000.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I said that. You understand? No, Costa, let me be very frank with you. Don't look at this. You go to LPDR. You go there and sign contract with the bank. You take loan that you will pay. The bank take its interest. So that who money you took? Okay, the government fee that the 30,000 that they gave me, let me go back for my 4,000 the bank took for my money. I signed contract with the bank, Costa. I said small.
You took a loan and the bank took out the interest.
I took a loan. I challenge anybody to say that lie. And the bank took its interest, 4,000 US.
General, call me back, please. I'm running out of credit. They just sent me my last meeting.
That's
So
General.
call me
Yeah,
back.
can call you back.
Yeah, the general.
Yesterday he had a fiery press conference, and so we just wanted to speak with him.
He's calling back. He's
Okay,
already on the
good.
line.
Yeah, point.
You understand what I'm saying, Costa? I want to challenge.
I understand you.
I want to GD Bank and the bank took 4,000 now for my money. So if the government fee that they 30,000, let them give me the 4,000, then I will tell the brother that yes, the government give me 30,000.
No, but if the government give you 30,000, the bank not supposed to take 4,000 from that.
That's the problem because I signed contract with the bank.
Yeah, that it's a different thing. It's a different thing completely.
Yeah,
It's a loan.
I challenge anybody on this. I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. If you want somebody, I can go to the bank and say, look, the contract I signed with you people, you're talking 4,000, you please give me the copy because I didn't take any of the copy. I didn't take the picture of the copy. You understand? And I challenge the government to go to the bank. I challenge civil society to go to the bank. To prove me wrong, I will resign as representative. What's wrong with people? They eating money accountable. What? You see the money in the pot divided in the market they are? You must be part of CDC before you get money.
Hey, General, why a man Gabu? Why is a Gabu? I know compound. Why any?
Well, Gabu, he's always with the money.
Where they get all that money from? All that like right now.
They may join the Rudy party now. You know, Maggie, they divide the money. When you join the Rudy, I went to Bonkate, no motorcycle. Say, my man, the kind of money Mexico bring in, that's more money. I think about Mexico is a sedition. That they put out the money. They say they put out get ready, wait 50,000, 70,000, 100,000, 200,000. Let Tomo Fala get in Lofa. Tomo Fala only come to session, like I said, in session, when they get corruption money business, or they get 400D. Since he came to session that they are disrupted him, some of them have never entered session. I challenge the photo to prove me wrong. But every time I always ask the presiding. I say, Mr. Presiding, where is Tomo Fala? No stealing document here, no crocodile document here.
But Gerald, listen, why is it that only the ruling party people can have access to brand new money? Why opposition people can have access to
I had $2 million Liberian $2 million. That's why he may have you in the market.
They've been pushing the general, the CDC.
That's all they meant to buy the money.
On the anniversary, I was on the John CDC. Oh, yes. We had a negotiation for 3 weeks. They say, according to them, they gave Father put 35,000 to job, but they wanted to give me 75,000. So while on my way to Lofa, someone Father come and say, my man, don't spoil my campaign. When you come here, that you the 4-1C and the 4 spread the message. You understand? That when I close the whole day, I say, you know what, I don't want 75. You just give me $2 million US because I need to buy my freezer and I start selling water because I can spoil my whole political career.
Yeah, you know, buy a freezer and start selling water because you want your
Nobody. I kill myself. What the clear? No, because I'm a part of the opposition. Like I said yesterday in my press conference, anywhere Senator Yombi Kanga, my sister-in-law, got program, I will go there. Anywhere Honorable Benana Yure, my political leader, got program, I will go there. Anywhere Honorable Alexander Kumet, my state bureau go, have program, I will go there. Anywhere Ambassador Joseph Wakai got program, I will go there. Anywhere Costa get program, as long as to deal with Open, I will be a part of it. Waka get program to deal with Open, I will be a part of it.
So you're not going to Accra grown up program?
No, man. I want to go to one Jogo program. Don't tell that in there, man.
But General, we got the problem.
Yeah.
People can't find Liberian dollars. They can't find the Liberian dollar. But
no, when you join CDC, you will find it. Why are you talking so fast? You join CDC, they will get you the 5.4 million Liberian dollar. Oh, you know. Big, you see my game movie here. They may not be having the war behind that. ATM machine that come up and get travel. They may not be having the central bank war behind.
They may take your money. You know, and you know what, General? They don't even hide it.
No. They put on for liberate people. They put on for know how they just build it all around. Look at Samara, what call it there. I brought the president and said, please investigate your deputy minister for the property that they say he's building. But the president know he said building, so he can't investigate nobody. The president know that all the people that corrupt, they get him something. So he came to that corruption case will not go nowhere. Anybody think you get open your case up.
That's true.
They made a shareholder in all the area there.
Wow.
So, General, you going back in 2023, 8 years. How the people in your district reacting towards your re-election?
The people will vote. I'll be here running. I'll be here putting one candidate so I can run the candidate campaign from county to county. You can't really worry about district number 10.
Yeah, but I guess other people coming there, so women are coming there. They say,
man, nobody can stay from your in that district. Why?
That's district number 10, and I'm bleaching contact place.
Anybody wants to stay in district 10, they just want to waste their money. They just want to waste their money.
Costa. The people went to the imam, they carry food to the chief imam. The chief imam said, go out here again when you're not running. Then you can't tell, oh, well, no one to do. They want to go to the imam, but one imam will express the view.
Daryl, thank you, man. Thank you very much. We enjoy the time with you this morning.
Lawmakers are advocates. Our job is not to join the ruling party. If we were talking and eating, the Liberian people would not understand it. But we're not talking, we're just eating. Costa, my first time in my life to see 8 million documents, 800 million documents come. We pass it in 30 minutes, we're all seeing copy.
Talking.
You don't know what inside you pass it.
wow.
Yes. Yes. We don't know what inside we pass it. We not see it, we just pass it. Jesus Christ.
It's
all you depend on what I would down.
It's
Let me tell you the truth today.
Daryl, before you go, something that came to my mind. So we saw some messages in your chat room when the people were complaining that they passed the recast budget and there's something not count. They think that it was sort of
embarrassing there. And you know what they did? They took me all in the chat room because they say I put out the information all in the chat room. Now I told them I was talk. They say I gave me water spoon information. Well, what you put in the chat room at one hand? That play the overthrow government. Anything that go there, you must never go to the public. Why you scared of? You not see woman in the
They pass the budget, they not get a letting, so they bad. Thank you so much, man. Very good.
So we can go past the 419 there. Anything open you on will pass it. We're not wasting time now. Yeah, anything on job we will pass it.
Wow.
Majority pass in the document, I mean we all pass it.
Exactly.
But, General, the president was disappointed that he constructed a park in your district. He never congratulated him. That was why he said.
No, but we're getting government money. I'm gonna congratulate you for what thing. When you are putting commission had 80 billion, what a fee he built. Let me tell you, thank you for it. We put $5 million in the budget for you to build 500 homes from beyond Calano all the way to the park. You just build 30 homes, but then you thank you for community fee. That place is not a park. That place is community fee. When you read the street close.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man, the owner play the man get bonus. When the man go in the way, he pick up the money and carry it. So I wrote the speaker and said, "No, Mr. Speaker, not send for the GSA boss, not send for Union Sport, not send for the mayor, the man from the presidential place that build the fee. Let them tell us who collected the revenue for the place. You know, got communication, but refuse to blow the floor. Yeah,
they make the revenue now. People paying money for their fee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Costa, if you have a team, not take for example, Roots FM team want to practice for 1 hour, you pay $40 US for 1 hour just to practice.
Oh,
yeah.
I challenge them.
Where the money going?
Upon leaving the play, every 4 o'clock, the reason why you don't stop there. Because the money and carry it.
No, man, you can't agree on that one. Why? I just say, man,
I say you might agree with me, but I am telling you, I'm telling you, LRA is supposed to collect all revenue, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
LRA is not in the know.
Oh, but you know, I didn't know they were collecting money from that.
Oh, serious money. Serious money.
But you know what is the end of the district? You're not getting on the map.
Bossman, I was not invited to that place, so I don't force myself to play. And in fact, Costa, I'll point my second set to the same place. Somebody will go solid job.
Is it somebody that goes on, Joe?
Solid job.
Gerald, I remember I picked up. They trying to man force you to take picture with Joe. We had to shake the man hand. Tell me how
It's out there.
looking serious, bro.
The guy is an embarrassment, man. The guy can't learn. He can't learn. He can't teach.
So,
you know, sometimes like you get your lace up to the heart. Every day you get a small bowl of rice. This day you take one plate and pour food inside. He will ask it for me and who. That what happened to Opon. The country too big for him. So he asked in a opinion for my one. And the problem, they got confused. He confused. Can you imagine? He confused and say, why he got making music now? He dancing Buga. I carry my Bluetooth in the place of them Buga. So you know what they put there? They embarrassed me to tell the deputy speaker chair because I would not talk. I wanted to dance in that place for them.
Well, the minute it happened, they say they go in America, the president go in America, so they have
like his invitation. Like invitation, like a personal invitation.
No, the invitation came to the country.
He read that good. Like a personal invitation, or he paid the answer down. Like the girl I was saying that in the text with us, they get in the newspaper answer down. They say, oh, he didn't answer down. She say, I want the blood to go into here. They mention the paper answer down, so you don't know who invited. They invited African leaders.
Exactly.
He may not even go contact for the information we get it.
Yeah.
He may be denied.
Something will happen before that time, General. Watch it and see.
Yeah, he may be denied. If you don't take the issue that happened in the face of the American ambassador seriously,
I'm telling you,
he will be embarrassed.
Yeah, but when they may not go, they may will say, hey, foreign minister now.
The foreign minister will go, well, I make them go Guinea before you go to America. We're going to be the attorney of Waka. I make them go to Guinea before you go to America.
Jerry, thank you very, very much. Thank you, man. We had a wonderful time with you this morning. Thank you so much. When you're ready to
I hope we get ready for the brigade. We need to train our men.
When you're ready to let us know, we will cover it live.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, General. Waka, let's go to the lines and take some calls there. That is our man, General Yege Koluba, the firebrand, the ever lively, ever courageous representative of District Number 10, Montserrat County. Well, you get on a re-election by a science CEO, man. Anybody gonna run that by you get money you want to waste at all. you just want to waste your money in District 10 because if you want to run again, you just waste your time. Let's go to the lines and take some calls there.
All right, 0770-102-102-86, 010383, 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624-171. Yeah, that was Honorable Yeke Yagbawolo Koluba.
Yep.
Let's see if we can take our first caller, 0770-102-102-86, 010383. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I really want to tell you something. You get called back on District 10. I've been following you right now in the district. And everything that's going on in District 10 is going on because you get called back. So we, the people of District 10, right now, I'm putting people together. We are doing everything, every community. We are putting our people that have been waiting for 2023. They get called back. And one of me, Timothy Smith, are doing everything I can do. That to go from place from 0 to 0, Baba to Baba, and tell the people everything that's going on in District 10 today because our honorable mayor get called back, and we cannot no day low. What a busy woman can do at District 10. We're talking about District 10. Somebody was saying for us. So we get called about 100%. And then we waiting for you because the people there, oh, you're making beam or say you will not come, you will not come. I said, I expecting you because more people were asking in a few days. I will ask you, be argument. And then all the people you're making, will not come, the man coming here. The man will be here. You will go to the airport. So I'm going to ask me what's going on. I hope it's
I'll be there December.
All right. Tell you coming. I think you coming and you will come. Nothing will stop you.
Nothing. December, I will be there, my brother. December. Nothing is happening. Only God can stop.
Yeah,
but God has already.
My name is Aki Fokpa, calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Welcome.
Yeah, so my point this morning is concerning the student I was handled by CDC gangsters. What I want to say, all these things are happening is just preparation for them concerning the election to come. The opposition, I haven't heard from a United Party position on the incident, you know. But what we want to say is that we follow everything closely, and that just be a caution to the ruling establishment. The elections are coming, we're not going to take it serious. When we are out there, we're going to be prepared for them, like the way they march on those students. We're going to be prepared, and we're never going to accept that pattern to ever happen. We'll be down there with arms as well. When they throw stone, we throw stone. When they fire gun, we fire gun. Let it be a caution to them. Thank you for accepting me this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Let's take sis Evangeline, our mommy Evangeline Mamita. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Just want to, I came on the show this morning just for Yeke. Love you, Yeke. I'm your in-law from Grand Gide. And I condemned it that day when Kai Fale them, they were hating at you. I just want you to know that it's not all Grand Gide that hate you, that those vagabonds, those useless people that they put on you. And I always listening to you. People think you are crazy. You are not. We don't have a lot of men like you anymore. They are other boss in our country, and you are the only man right now that can challenge George Weah. And we, the women, we are fan of you. We want to tell you we love you. Continue doing your work, and whatever you need us, we are here for you. Love you, and bye.
Thank you so much. Now take somebody from line 2 this morning. Keep your calls coming in 0770102 886-010383. Let's take this person. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Okay, good morning, and Baka. This is journalist James Sakwe, and I'm calling from Waterloo, Iowa, USA. And let me take the time out to say happy pre+1 and Petro. I mean, your day is coming up August 5. So I just listened to Yeke and Kaluba. And he said, one thing that, that, I mean, he's definitely going to go anywhere for that matter. I mean, whoever having a particular meeting, whether it is Ure, Baka, and the rest of it. So, and I want to join him and those within the opposition community, especially, that, I yearn and look forward to the time when everyone definitely will be able to come together and have a single candidate against Weah, so that Liberians can be powering a dictatorship in the country. Look, imagine the country going for the next 6 years under Weah. Just imagine how the situation in the country will be. So, I just thought it wise to just, nail in that particular point. And again, happy pre+1 Henry Pedro Costa. This is James Sakwe.
Thank you, James. Let's take somebody from this end. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from? Good afternoon, Rally.
Good morning, Baka, and good morning, Hero Petro.
Yeah,
My name is Daniel Gideon Kakwa, calling from Banga City this morning.
Welcome.
I don't want to amend with the Hero. We are standing by. Let me announce that I'm joining the COP country. In our secret, I'm joining it. I will be inside with my shirt and blood. Enough is enough. Thank you so much.
Okay, calling from Banga Bon County, I received a call from the folks at Kari. There's a situation going on at Kari wherein the harmonization process took place. The folks, they haven't been able to receive their salary, and they wake up this morning, went to their offices, but the entire place was closed or locked down by the Liberia National Police. The authorities invited them over, and today there was a blockade at the gate. There was no entry for employees there at Carrick. So they just let me know about that this morning. Forget to flag that.
Look into that further. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, but let's take some more calls. Our time is up, but now, folks, I just want to say we apologize for not being on D15 this morning. They have just some minor issues that have been resolved. So, God willing, we should be on there tomorrow morning on D15 98.1. Let's take a few more calls, perhaps 4 more calls. Make that 4 more calls, and then we'll take leave of you. Want to say happy birthday to our friend and brother Eric Philo Nangbe. He was the founding board chair of Voice FM when we started it back in the day. Eric, we wish you many returns of your birthday in good health and peace and joy and happiness. May all of your heart's desires come true. Enjoy your day, my brother. Let's go back to the lines and take some more calls there, 4 more calls, and we will call it a day.
All right, so 4 more calls, then we wrap it up here on today's edition of the show. Yeah, the guys from Carrick, let me see if I can have them quickly so we can let Chip.
Are they sure they want to get on? I don't think they should.
Yep. They want to get them because
fine.
They want to get them. So let me see if I can. I'm trying to connect them quickly. Let me see. But up until that person, we can take a guy from Carrick. But let's tell the person, good morning, welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Welcome. I'm okay.
Yeah, brother. Good morning. How you doing?
Go ahead, my brother. You're live.
Yeah.
Okay, so hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome. This is Bwakai Kamara.
Yeah, it's Bwakai.
So how is the situation there now in Bon County at Carrick?
Well, especially the PSU and the security, they are still on the Carrick compound, while the workers are across the road.
So there is still security at the compound, and you guys are posted across the road.
Yes, definitely. I think they just got the army.
So is there a protest going on there? You have to leave the noise a bit so we can talk some more. I beg you.
Yeah. Let me just off on the noise.
Yeah.
Let me just off on the noise.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bit off on the noise.
Okay, so tell us the situation. What's going on there this morning?
Well, this morning, after harmonization, our salary was affected badly. Okay, because some people are making 2,000 now, they are making less than $1,000. Those are making $1,000, they are making less than $500. One of the harmonization that was done. We approached government. We went to the Ministry of Finance. We went to Capital Building. We're in that process when Paul Philly resigned. That the Victor Ismo was appointed as Director General. The team we met at Capital Building were with the head of the agriculture sector, Honorable Prince O.S. Super, and Prince asking, this is the problem that you are facing at Carrick. Are you able to solve the problem? So, the problem is not difficult to solve. I will solve the problem. Let me take my people back to Carrick and we handle the problem. We came to Carrick. He told us you're going to solve the problem within 6 months. After the first 6 months, we didn't receive any information from him. No progress. We wrote in a communication reminding him of his promise. Okay. After the next 6 months, we reminded him again. Okay. So we'll go for 2 years. So this year, early January, we wrote in reminding him of his promises he had made. So in
he called the security on us at the beginning of February. The police were on us. They brutalized us, and we went back to where the people talked to us. The officers talked to us that they were going to handle it. So they let us go back to us. So we started working. Yes, we started working, but the state also continued to drag. Okay, I think you can remember one time in section there was a confusion between Honorable Cole and Honorable Colin.
Yeah.
Okay, it was because of the same thing. Because the director of Carry was invited to plenary to see how he could help solve the problem, and he had refused. He had reneged to go to meet the lawmakers. So when he went there that day, that's when the confusion started. So since then we left from there, they sent it back to committee room. The people go back to committee room, but it seems as though nothing is happening. So we decided to put in additional measures to inform administration. Okay. So we decided to get good communication to the management of Carry, informing them that as of Monday, August 8th, we won't allow any Carry related projects to go on. We close all Carry related projects as of Monday. They were applied and amended. Yes,
so,
because
so you guys say as of Monday, August 8th, you stop all operation of Carry. So based on that, that's why they brought in state security on today instead of this coming Monday.
So the state security came today. They want to prove to us that they can work. I mean, state security cannot do the work. The scientists can do. I mean, the few workers now are making a little over $100. I'm making by far less than $100 now. I mean, for God in heaven's sake. What can the state security do?
So what's the way forward on the issue? Because we have you guys reached out to the Ministry of Labor? Have you guys reached out to top government officials in handling the particular situation?
We met Nathaniel Magay. Okay, we met Nathaniel Magay. So you write me a communication. I mean, you write the future final communication and copy me. I will intervene. We did just that.
How long ago was it?
So how long since you submitted our communication to Nathaniel Magay?
We let me ask the Secretary General for Carry when we submitted the letter to Nathaniel Magay. When we submitted the letter to Magay. It was in February. Somewhere, maybe around February, March, somewhere there.
Okay, since February.
Yeah, we submitted by February, but we submitted a letter to him, and he promised he was going to intervene. So since then, nothing has been happening. And these are the decision makers of the country. So we feel that I mean, comment is aware and they don't want to take action.
So does this problem affect all of the workers at Carry or just some of them?
So now Costa is asking. Hello. Yeah, Costa is asking, does this issue affect all the employees at Carry or only few employees?
No, everybody at Carry, from the PhD down to the P workers. Everybody.
Did he say how long it's been since they took pay? How long has it been?
How long it been since you guys took pay at Carry?
So we just took our July salary, and the same problem. Support master degree making up 150.
Okay, so the problem here is the harmonization, right?
The problem is keeping the harmonization.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is keeping the harmonization.
So is the issue okay? What is the real issue? Is the issue that what is the issue? Is the issue that people who are supposed to be making a decent salary, comparatively, relatively, are making very little? Is that the issue?
That's the issue. And people that shouldn't be making a decent salary are the one making it. So that's the issue here. Those are not doing the job.
Salary imbalances based on qualification, competence, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine people that were employed after harmonization? Their salary, they are making better salary than those that were there before harmonization. Okay.
Wow.
Somebody with BSc
that is not fair.
After harmonization is making higher than somebody with BSc before harmonization.
That is not fair.
So, yeah, my brother, we hope to we'll keep flagging the issue, and we will one day have you guys on the show. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you so much. So that.
Yeah, no, that's not fair. That is not fair at all, but it should not be so. It should not be so at all, because harmonization doesn't mean that you should have a messed up payroll. You know, people should get paid based on competence, based on the position they hold, based on the experience, based on a lot of things. But you can't have somebody who's way more qualified, who's been in for much longer time, and who even has a higher post in the organization, making less than somebody else who comes from outside and who is subordinate within our organizational structure. It makes absolutely no sense. So I can understand where they're coming from with the way they feel. That's sad. It's unacceptable. But anyway, we'll find time to bring them on. Thank you, folks. Thanks for watching this morning. We're glad to be here. You've been listening, watching the Costa Show, and we will be here tomorrow, same time, 7:30, 10:30 a.m. Liberian time, which will be 6:30 Eastern time. It's tomorrow morning. We should be having some members of the Union of Musicians that the late Moses Suaree belonged to. We should be having them tomorrow. They want to talk about a number of issues, address a number of issues, primarily provoked by the folks we had on Friday. And so we'll be having them here on Tuesday, tomorrow. And Abdullah Kiatamba, brilliant Liberian political analyst, consultant, and many other things, will be our guest on the program on Thursday, special guest. We'll have him on Thursday to just discuss a whole range of things with him, everything that's happened in the country, and the road to 2023, and what his views are, his projections, his assessment of things, and stuff like that. Yeah. So thank you so much, folks. God bless you, and have yourselves a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.